Hi everyone, this is Kelly with Kelly Ann Crafts. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in McKinney, Texas, and this is my third card for the month of January. It is January, wow. It just seems like everything is going super, super uber fast. Um, Today we're going to be making our third Valentine card, and we're going to be using stamps from this Valentine Kisses. This is an add-on. We're just using this Valentine right here. But we're using stamps also from Endless Love. This is in the mini catalog. We're going to be using this stamp particularly. I believe that is all I have. And let me show you one of the products that we're going to be using in this is we're going to be using these lovely doilies. And this is in the online store. It went live in November, but it's still active right now. And what's really cool about these doilies and I'm just going to take a couple of them out. You have two sizes. We're going to be using the smaller size, but this is the red, and then this is it's like white and like light pink. I think they're both beautiful. So what we are going to do is we're going to use these as our decoration and as our designer series paper. So let me put my thing aside, and we'll be using a gem. This is a fairly quick card. If you had to do a lot of cards, um, this is the one I would go with because it's pretty fast. It's a little bit of paper and that's it. So this is the card. This is the inside. And then we're stamping our envelope. So let me show you what's in your packet. Of course, you've got your envelope. And I did tell you we're using the smaller doily. And I'll just bring it up so you can actually see it really good and close up. There is pink in there. It's hard to see sometimes in the camera. So what we have is we have two pieces of, well, we have one piece here. And this piece is 4.5. I'm going to just make sure. It's 4 by 5 1/4. And I think this one is 4 by 5 1/4 too. So you should have two of them and they should be the same size. So two in real red that are 4 by 5 1/4. Okay. Then you're going to have one white. Wow, that one really didn't cut very well. Let's fix that. Sometimes when I'm doing bulk cutting, it kind of just kind of tears it. It doesn't really cut it nicely. So this one is also going to be a little bit bigger. So this one is 4 and 3, no, 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. So it's a little bit bigger so we can mat and layer like this. And then our inside piece is smaller. This is going to be um, it's going to be 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. So you get that matte and layered look. And then our base of our card, this is Pretty in Pink, which happens to be an in color. Um, this will probably retire this year. We've had it, this is our second year. So Pretty in Pink, 8.5 by 5 1/2, scored at 4 1/4. Go ahead and burnish that. And now we're just going to do some matte and layering. It's pretty simple. Because it's such a thin 1/16 of an inch difference in the papers, I am actually using glue so I have some wiggle room. Um, so I know this one goes on here. And we just need about a 1/16 of an inch all the way around. Okay, and it looks to be like not quite that, but that's okay. That'll work. That's that one. And this is my outer piece, so I will put it on this. You can see I just move my glue kind of fast. It's okay. And a few splotches is okay too. Okay, then I'm going to put it on here. The easiest thing to do is grab it by the upper corner and the lower diagonal corner, and that way you can slide it back and forth as much as you want to get it straight. But when you think you've got it, go ahead and commit. And for both of these, I would come in from the back side and just flatten them out with my bone folder, keeping them nice. And I'm going to do the same here. Okay, this piece is going to go on the front of my card, leaving about a 1/16 of an inch again. So because it's so close, I am going to go ahead and put glue on this again. Um, don't need to do that to the inside because I made the white be the inside piece for people to write on. So we'll just do it for the outside piece. So again, I'm just grabbing it at the upper corner and then again at the lower corner, seeing if I've got it kind of straight. And I can move it back and forth. That's looking pretty good. I'm gonna go with that one. Let me just put this here, come in here and flatten with my bone folder. Some of what this does when you use your bone folders, if you've got those little blobs of glue, it spreads it out. That's all it does. Okay, that's that. This is going to go on the inside. But because I have room to a bigger margin, the red is actually 1/4 of an inch less than the inside of the card. So now I'll have like an 1/8 of an inch border. So I can kind of eyeball that. That's kind of the standard border we have on our cards anyways, when we go down by 1/4 of an inch. Now I am going to bring in my glue and I am going to glue down this. This is my inside decoration. Um, and and what's really fun with this is, you know, you just need a little bit. You don't need to get too crazy. It's the inside of the card. It shouldn't get a lot of wear and tear. And as you can see, I'm just barely putting glue on here. Um, just a little bit here and there. And now I'm good. You can put it anywhere you want, but for me, it seemed best in the upper left-hand corner. And you know, that's just a little shady. There's a little bit of fuzz on there. So I'm just going to make sure that's nice and neat. It is now. So let's adhere it down. And the glue gives me just a moment, so if it's not perfectly straight, I can move it. And that's the decoration for the inside of our card. Now the outside of our card, again, we're using glue. For you people who like to use the tape, the adhesive tape, I apologize, but this is really pretty simple. You're not putting a ton of glue on it. You don't need to put a ton of glue. And there's good spaces for the glue on this doily. Unlike sometimes there's not really a good spot for it, and you get lots of little blops out there. This is, you know, just do it every so often on that outer edge. It's going to be okay. And if you think it's a big blob, just go ahead and stretch it out a little bit. That's pretty good. This is going to be the front of my card, so I'm just going to center that. Well, I'm centering it on the portrait, but on the horizontal, or on the horizontal it's straight, but on the portrait it's higher up in the card because I want to put my sentiment there. So I'm just going to let that dry for a minute. We're going to do some stamping. Okay. And the stamp we're going to use, like I said before, comes out of here. And I should probably take it out if I'm going to use it. So this is what I've done to mine is I took tear and tape and I adhered the plastic on the inside. Then I took this side off and stamped it and then adhered this on this side so I can just peel them back and forth. It's really nice. Keeps it kind of neat for me. And then I don't have that thing trying to line up all the time. It's always there. Okay, let me get a block. And I just like throw it down and let it just happen. And now we'll go ahead and do some stamping. We'll start with our envelope because it's pretty simple. We're just putting our little hearts on the back of this. I'm using the Pretty in Pink. I think that's such a pretty color. I wish it wasn't going to go away. I wish it would stay in our repertoire because it's a good pink. Um, one of our other pinks is a little too peachy for me. That's the best way to put it. I think it's peachy. Um, Peachy as in the color, not in I think that's a great thing. But there you go. So we're just going to put this on here. This is a 1/2 inch strip, and I'm going to do the best I can to keep that straight. That's pretty good. And now I'm going to close up my ink because we don't want to wear it. Wearing ink is no fun. And we're going to make this decorative very simply by trimming it with our snips, with a pair of snips. And I'm just going to go up, just a little bit, and I'm going to make a dovetail on here, or I don't know what they call that. I call it a dovetail, but somebody else may have another name for it. There is a actual die in there that we could be using, but not everybody has a die, and I didn't want to die cut something if you wanted to make it bigger or whatever, you could. So that's that. So let's get some dimensionals for this. Dimensionals. And because it is a 1/2 inch, the regular size dimensionals will work. I'm going to use a total of 3. You can do 2 if you like, but I'm going to do 3 because I like to use my dimensionals. Okay. And you can use take your pick tool to take them off, or if you have fingernails or dexterous fingers, you can take them off with your hands. So let's bring back our card. And I tell you, this is a very simple, fun card, and you could make a bunch of these really fast. The doilies do all the work for you. The only other thing you have to do is put a gem on there, and you can put a clear one. I'm using the strawberry slush and Pretty in Pink gems. Um, I am going to use one of the clear ones on there for in the middle because it kind of picks up the pink anyways on this one. I think I used a dark pink on this one. I did. Tell me which one you like better. I don't know. I think they're both good, but maybe the dark pink's a little bit better. Oh well, that's what we did. So that is our card number 3. This one's easy. Please stick around for card number 4. It is the funnest, and it's a good fun fold. I think you'll really, really like it. So I want to thank you for joining me today and viewing my video. If you like this, please give it a like, a share if you want your friends to know about it. Join my channel if you want to be notified of my upcoming things. If you're on a device where you can hype me, go ahead and hype me. Otherwise, I will see you in the next video. And thank you for coming, and have a blessed day.